Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumper Man Tech, where we specialize in HVAC. We do everything DIY, and today we have a service call for an LG multi-V system where we have an air handler in the ceiling that is leaking water. Thank you to everyone tuning in to Jumper Man Tech. We got water in this pan over here. There's water coming from the ceiling, and we have one air handler in here. It's a little strange because this is the bottom of the unit and the water is just seeping through right here and making its way down. There's another access panel right off the bat. Look at that filter. That thing is done. Wonder if it's creating a vacuum or something inside there because of that. And in the bathroom here, there's like no space. So get in here, and then here's the access panel. For this side, the drain line is there, the gas lines, and the control panel. Let's see what's going on. Alright, first things first, we gotta start with this filter, man. This is just unacceptable. Oh look, I found tools. What do we got over here? Nice. Ooh, not bad. Got a pair of Craftsman pliers. Hey Chris, I got you a new tool, man. Alright. Now at least I could actually get in here though. What, this is they put this stick to hold this filter in? Come on. Alright, let me come down with it. I don't want, man, this filter is freaking bent. Oh my god, man, I think it's clogged to hell. Wow, unit's making a completely different sound now. How am I supposed to even get this out of here? Just gotta bend this thing. No space for anything. Alright, let's get this thing out of here. This filter is absolutely horrendous. And look at this. It's done. This filter is gone already. It's not even filtering anything. Look at this. Come on. You're supposed to be able to see through this. It's disgusting. Start by cleaning this up for sure. Bunch of water just splashing over here. It looks like since I took out that filter, the drip got worse. It was a little bit more constant. Guys, look how bad this coil is. And that's the condensate pan right here. I don't even feel water here. A little bit here. This thing is plugged, man. Oh god. And there's mold here. Maybe splashes of dirt. It's just terrible. Right off the bat, it's just insane. I wouldn't be surprised because this down here is where all the water condensates. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just completely clogged up with dust and it's just not draining properly. Without a doubt, this unit needs a deep cleaning. As the coil, can you imagine what the fan blades are? This thing is just packed. I need a new filter. The thing doesn't even hold right in there. That's why you have all that dust on the edges. It's just not even doing its job anymore. Let's see what's going on. We gotta find out a way to see what's going on with the drain on the other end and the pump. Is the pump operating? I think this is just like just lack of care, honestly. Man, I don't know how to comfortably work in here. Can't set this thing up anywhere. Anyways, here's the control panel. Got two boards in here. This right here is the drain line. There's definitely some water in there. There's a pump behind here. Do have a plug here. I think be a good idea to see what's going on over there. If it's over full, maybe the float is not working or is jammed with dirt and it's not sensing to turn the pump on. We definitely got to figure out how to test this pump. It's gonna be my first time. And right down the yellow notice says maintenance record. First of all, guys, it's 2023. The last maintenance record is 2014. You know, there's a good chance, just seeing the condition of this, like off my common sense, what I'm thinking is there could be so much dirt stuck in there that it's just clogging the drain, it's clogging the pump, and just, listen, the thing is overflowing. Okay, let's see the pan. Looks like it's only this thick. So, you know, not that much water is gonna take to fill this up. And also these seams on the bottom look broken. One thing I'm noticing right now, trying to figure out a good footing. Look at this. What is this? This thing is unplugged. I wonder if this has anything to do with the drain. Look, it does go inside there. What is this plug? 2 black wires, 2 TL. I wonder if there's any information we can find. I don't know if there's anything in here that says 2 TL, but see there's a drain pump here in this circuit, and then CN float is here, so these must work together. Once the float closes, then it sends the power to this pump, and it looks like it's connected to L1, L2, and most likely this is 208 volts AC pump. It could also be a DC pump, 12 volts. Not exactly sure. We're gonna see, but as far as this, it looks like it's there. And there's also, we gotta check the float switch. We gotta check to see if the fuse for this pump is good, and quite a few checks actually. What I could do is, I don't know where that wire goes or what that's about, but what I could do is just make sure that the CN float, wherever this is on the board, is connected, and make sure that all this is connected for the pump. Alright, so this right here is the float, and this right here with the thick 2 blue wires is the pump. This is the pump through here. I have no idea what this is. It's disconnected. Alright, let's put the volts on AC. I'm gonna put my meters across this pump's terminal. Alright, so we got 208 volts AC that like I suspected. But hold on a second, we got 208 volts. That should mean that the float is engaged and it closed this switch. Because if not, we would probably only have 120 here across. But since that closed, we got 208. So the fuse is good. Float's probably up. But this thing ain't pumping, because I can clearly see there's just water just sitting a little bit here on the bottom. It ain't doing jack. There's a good chance this pump is bad. And what's going on is that it's overflowing. The pump is not pumping, so it's overflowing, and then it's leaking through like the sides of this pan, and this thing's already in bad shape. The pump is behind here somewhere. Alright, so real quick though, before I open anything up, let me see. So there's the drain plug here. I see a little bit of water and dirt. It's not really coming out though. There's definitely water there, so that means the water is already above this level. It's not coming out, but it's like right here. Ugh, gross. Thing is dirty as hell. All right, let's plug that up. Yeah, ain't nothing pumping here. If it's getting voltage, 208, why is it not pumping? We gotta see what's going on here. You know what? Let me see something. Let's loosen this up. And maybe even loosen this up. Get that out of the way. A little bit of water there. Nothing's coming out, man. This thing should be blasting right now. So ain't nothing happening right now with that. Let's pull this thing out. Alright, so I wanted to turn off the thermostat, but I had nothing is labeled. I have no idea what it is. There's like I don't know, 12 thermostats next to each other, and nothing is labeled as far as FCU3. So we're gonna shut this thing down. Whichever thermostat loses display, I guess will be the one. Look at this thing shaking. Jeez, man. Everything's making noise here. Alright, power went out. Let's take off the screws here. Alright, that's the last one. Never opened one of these before. I know this is where it comes out. I would have to get in through underneath, or I gotta disconnect this, oh man, somehow. Ooh, that pan is full of dirt. How do I get to this thing, man? I gotta take off the bottom. Man, this is mad uncomfortable. It's hurting my back. Got nowhere to really see this well. No other access? Come on, LG, give me some little... Let me see what's going on. Alright. Okay, so I honestly can't see much, but this is the motor. And that little thing right there, little circular thing, that's the float. One thing I could say for sure, can't really see in this video, but the pan is full of dirt. So all that stuff made it through that bottom of the coil. Alright, turn the power on. We have 208 volts. I could actually see right there, the motor is actually spinning. Push the float up and the motor is actually spinning. There's no water to pump out though. Let me see if I push the flow down. Still have 208 volts. The thing is actually spinning. There's a possibility that this pump does operate. It's trying to at least, but it could be clogged with dirt too. There's so much dirt in there. Alright, not sure if you guys can see, but right here, hold up. There's a hole right there. The water dripping right here. There's a gap right here. Everything's coming from right here. This might be working. I don't know if this cover is on right. Like right here. See how I can stick the screwdriver in? Right there's a big gap. And the water is literally coming from there. I wonder if this cover has to be above this one. But this is all open. Of course there's water coming through there. Look, there's missing screws. And it's leaking through there. Well, I took off this one, but there's missing screws here. What if it's just not on right? And look, you see how this is all bent? Somebody pried this open. And there's just that gap there. Maybe what if we put all the screws back in? And try to insulate this? I mean, still, water's gonna squeeze through. This has to be like sealed. And how are you supposed to get to that pump? Yeah, maybe we can take off some of the screws from that side. But I can't get the screws from here. We can't really fully take this down. And plus, this stuff is in the way. Can't even just like bend it down. Like, this is bad. So as soon as I took off this screw, we started getting the wet stain. There's definitely missing screws. Where even is it? It's so dirty here. Right here, there's a missing screw here. And I saw the gap on the other side. Alright, so I just figured it out. This is where all the water was coming from. Not only was there a little leak on the other side and it was coming through, but you see all this? Look at this. There's a slit here. Somebody cut this. Look, it's broken. Hold on, let me try to get a light in here. Some kind of hard to see. Do you see how it's... Somebody cut it. See the line here? Somebody literally cut this thing and it's leaking right through. It's broken. So this panel is literally cut into, look. See that? How it separates. This thing is cut right here. This thing is broken. And there's missing screws. That's why it's leaking. This has gotta go. Somebody was trying to get in here. They're probably trying to get into the pump. They couldn't. But it's like a sheet metal cut here. Like it's a slit. You see all that staining here? And there's like a mold and mildew. Look, there's another slit here. Somebody cut this thing. Of course there's water. Look, this slit. They're trying to get in here. They're like, you know what? Let's chop it up. That's gonna help. And literally cut into the condensate pan. Let me see if I can take this out and bring this down. I'll show you. Look, it's a slit here. And a slit here. That's why it's leaking. Somebody destroyed this. Alright guys, so I took off this screw right here just so you guys can see. Look at this. This thing is freaking cut open, man. Look at that shit. Excuse my language. So it's slit here. That's why it's leaking. And it's slit here. And there's a gap on the other side. And I wonder if this was even put on right. They were trying to get inside it, trying to troubleshoot. Like they pried everything open. Nothing is straight anymore. Of course, there's no seal. Alright guys, so I have a conclusion here. I see what's going on. So if the pump really wasn't working, when I opened up that drain plug, we would have had a ton of water shooting out. When I pulled down through here, we would have had a ton of water also shooting out. We saw the pump was getting voltage, and we saw it actually physically spinning. I didn't see it pumping out any water, but that's because this pan wasn't really full of water. There's just a little bit of residue water, which is normal. It's just when it reaches a certain height, the float comes up, engages the pump, and you know, it starts pumping. Once the float comes down, we're good. The issue also is that the pan is full of dirt and the coil is full of dirt. So first recommendation, deep cleaning. Everything is gonna clog the pump, everything is affecting the water level. But the true issue here is that somebody destroyed this. This slit, right? They literally cut into it. Then you can also see how wavy, see this, how wavy this is? Somebody was prying this with like a screwdriver. Look at that. And then they also cut it here. Why? I have no idea. They really didn't get anywhere. But the problem is also, I can't take this off. I don't have access to the screws there. I don't know if I could reach in there. I got access on this side because we got that panel there, but that's just, they made that to change the filter. And the real solution here is gonna be to change this bottom cover and make sure that it's on properly. For now, if I could tape this with something, but then the water is just gonna end up somewhere else. And you know, it would be really bad if it starts leaking through the ceiling, it starts damaging the wood and molding everything, man. This is just a nightmare. So the best thing I'm gonna recommend is they're gonna have to open up this the ceiling. I need access, and we need to order a new pan. From there, we're gonna clean everything, and then we could properly test everything again. We're gonna pour water in the pan and watch the pump shoot out. We're gonna clear the drain with nitro. We're gonna clean the pump as well. And you know what, while we're opening this, I think it would be a good idea, since this machine is about like 12 years old or so. I think the best thing to do would be to replace the pump while we're at it, so they have another guaranteed long life. Change the pan and clean everything. That's gonna be the solution here. All right, so I have an idea, at least for temporary. I'm gonna use cork tape, and I actually also have foam tape. And the idea here, temporarily, will be like to stuff it on the inside lining and put some screws in its designated holes. And then once we got that stuff there, to like create like a gasket, we can seal this edge as well with the foam tape on top. Hopefully it'll even stick because it's wet, but if we can get something in there, it might make a difference. All right, so we got those gaps. Let me see if I can stuff this in here. Hard to do because you can't even get the screws off on the other edge. Right there, a little something. Oh, come on. Right there. A little bit of hope. I have to let it stick out on the edge a little bit as well. Alright, so the battery on this died while I was charging it. I put the cork tape in between the metal and I drilled some screws. Then I sealed this with foam tape and it seems to be holding well. I don't see any water, but then again, you know, we're just gonna have to let this thing run and let's see what happens. This is the best temporary solution I can do. On the inside as well, I'm just gonna wrap up the corners. I just really don't have space here. This is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're gonna seal it up like that and pretty much make a proposal to cut the ceiling down, to change the pump, to change the bottom pan. At this point, maybe change this one too because there's tears and stuff like that, but this is where the motor is, so maybe it'll be okay, but regardless, everything's in bad shape while we got it open. Let's do what we can, give this thing a full cleaning and clear the drains. We're gonna wrap this one up here. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. And I'll catch you all next time.